Hello everyone, welcome. So let us talk about Human Genome Project. So Human Genome Project, this is a mega project. It was launched in 1990. Okay, so it was basically finding the genome code of human. So there were numerous books, there were lot of letters, and there were lot of pages, thousands of pages, and then 3,300 such books would be required to store the information. So it is such a huge matter. So what had been done is so Human Genome Project was associated with rapid development of the new era in biology, which is called as bioinformatics, where you use the informations in the life. Okay, now goals of Human Genome Project was what? To identify all the approximately 20,000 to 25,000 genes in human DNA, determine the sequence of 3 billion chemical base pairs that make up human DNA, store this information in database, improve the tools for data analysis, transfer related technologies to other sectors such as industries, and address the ethical, legal, and social, that is LC, that may arise from the project. Now, Human Genome Project was a 13-year project which was coordinated by US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health. So during the early years of HGP, the Wellcome Trust, they become a major partner. Okay, and addition contributions came from Japan, France, Germany, China, and all those. So the project was completed in 2003. Knowledge about the effects of DNA variation among the individuals, they can lead to the revolutionary new ways to diagnose, treat, and someday even prevent thousands of disorders. Now, besides providing clues and understanding human biology, learning about non-human organisms' DNA sequence, that can lead to understanding of their natural capabilities that can be applied towards solving challenges in the healthcare, agriculture, energy production, environmental remediation, and etc. So what was the methodology that was used? The methodology that was used was, there were two major approaches. So one approach was which was focused on the genes that were expressed by as RNA, okay, which were referred to as ESTs, express sequence tags. And the other looked at the blind approach of simply sequencing the whole set of genome that contained all the coding and the non-coding sequences that was there, and later assigning different regions in the sequence, which is known as sequence annotations. Now, for sequencing the total DNA from a cell is isolated and they are converted into random fragments relatively smaller, and they are cloned in a suitable host, and this cloning result into amplification of each piece. And once it is amplification, means multiplying in number, amplification took place and they were subsequently able to sequence with ease. So the commonly used host was what? BSC, which is bacterial artificial chromosome, and YAC, yeast artificial chromosome. So these fragments, they were sequenced using annotated DNA sequencer, and that worked on the principles of the method of Frederick Sanger. So these sequences were then arranged based on some overlapping regions, and then these required regions of overlapping fragments for sequencing, alignment of these sequences was humanly not possible. So therefore what happened, they used specialized programs for that, and these sequences were subsequently annotated and were assigned to each chromosome. The sequence of chromosome 1 was completed only in May 2006. So 24 human chromosomes, 22 autosomes and XY to be sequenced. So there were a lot of work to do. So another challenging task was what? Was assigning the genetic and the physical map on the genome. So this is generated using information of polymorphism and restriction endonuclease. So RE, restriction endonuclease recognition site, and some repetitive DNA sequences known as microsatellites. Now coming to what are the salient features in the human genome. So it contained the human genome completely 3164.7 million base pairs. The average gene consists of 3000 bases, but sizes were varied very greatly. Then the total number of genes also got estimated to 30,000, much lower than previously. And the functions are unknown for over 50% of the discovered gene, and less than 2% of the genome codes for protein. Repeated sequence make up a large portion of the human genome, and repetitive sequence are stretches of DNA sequence that are repeated many a times, sometimes hundreds to thousands of times. So they will shed light on the chromosome structure, dynamic and evolution. Chromosome 1 has most gene and Y has the fewest gene. Scientists have identified 1.4 million locations where single base DNA sequences, which is SNPs, SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms, occur in humans. What are the applications and future challenges we have in this case? The various applications and future challenges are like we have to define that there is a defined research through the coming decades, which leads to the understanding of the biological system. Enormous tasks will require expertise and creativity of tens and thousands of scientists in the worldwide. And one of the greatest impacts having the HG, that is human genome sequence, may well be enabling a radially new approach to the biological research. And also we need a new high throughput technology. We can approach questions systematically than on much broader scale. They can even study the genes in a genome, for example, the transcripts in a particular tissue or organ and all those things. And then also there is an interconnection that is with the chemistry of the life. So that's it about Human Genome Project. Thank you.